This is Oilersnation Radio, your one-stop shop for everything Oilers. 1 hour of straight hockey talk with Baggedmilk, Tyler, Liam, Rick, and Dan starts now.
Oilersnation Radio, this time it's Friday.
Yep.
Got it right this time, nailed it. Ka-ching! Starting off well. Hello. Gang's all here. Baggedmilk, Tyler, Dan, Rick, Liam. We're all here.
It's actually Saturday.
Saturday.
For people watching, it is Saturday.
Watching?
People, this show goes out at 8 a.m. Saturday mornings on YouTube.
Podcast Friday.
Yeah. Watching Saturday.
How come?
Because
Explain it. Open the curtain for people, Liam. There you go. Curtain's open.
we make more money on Saturdays.
Time and a half.
Yeah, I put out my hourly. No, it was it's just
That's
more
the
stuff
rate.
gets put out on Fridays, and usually the Oilers play Fridays. And when they do, it just becomes really clunky. Saturday mornings at 8 a.m., the Oilers never play.
I believe we played 2 Friday evening games this entire season. And one of them may actually still be on the way.
Well, if the Oilers
Are you sure?
playing,
Go take a look.
They have played 2 in March.
Is it 2 in March? Now
They
go
played-
backwards then.
Yeah, they played 2 in March.
Now go
But
backwards.
the other side of it, too, is people are going out on Fridays.
Oh, no.
Nope. They're watching our podcast.
No, they're not. They're watching on Saturday.
Just the 2 in March.
Oh, so there was more on Fridays?
No, there weren't.
Oh, there's one more.
That was it.
Oh, no, it's
Yeah.
preseason.
There you go.
Tuesdays, so it'd be nice if some of you would watch on Tuesdays as well. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
It's a bit
You
ridiculous.
just fact-checked Liam live on the podcast, called him a liar. He's not even known.
That's
He's just,
fine. Rick lies every show.
we're all Chris Knobloch in here.
All right. Got work to do. I want to tell you about our friends at Oodle Noodle. Of course, they are proud to support Sports Central, and 10% of in-store sales from the ginger beef goes directly to Sports Central for all of March. You can also donate your gently used sporting equipment. Let's get more kids out there playing sports. Delicious debate, fellas. I've got this for you today. Land of hypotheticals a little bit, because nobody's going to have the answer, but I want everyone to give an answer. Last night was the Oilers' 12th attempt at winning 3 games in a row. They have failed to do so 11 of 12 times. Why?
Oh,
It's just the way the year has gone.
that can't be a reason.
It is.
I mean,
It's
reason.
unexplainable, but it's been happening all year. And if you just like believe in numbers and stuff, it's just
Oh, I did.
it just keeps happening.
Do you remember I did this? I wrote it all down on that piece of paper. Mm-hmm. I wonder if I could
They're
find it.
incapable of staying emotionally invested in regular season hockey for long stretches.
Oh, you mean like playing really well for what? 5-6 minutes?
Yeah, and then just
And then
kind
just,
of, do you want to kill the Florida Panthers? Maybe shoot when you're in a wide open spot in the slot. Do you want to maybe
Why?
play physical? No.
Especially when they're missing, 3 top sixers?
Yeah.
Dan, what do you think? Why 11 of 12 times the Oilers have failed to get 3 in a row?
Well, I think last night was clear that the Florida Panthers wanted to make us look bad last night, and they did a great job of that. I give them credit there for that one. I think that Tyler's probably right. Like there's a certain amount of truth to the idea that this team is like, I want to believe that they're just locked in for a playoff run and are like, nobody's told them that they have to keep going to get to that playoff run. I don't know. It's really frustrating. And like, I think it was Michael Menzies I was talking to downstairs, just talking about how like we're 1 game removed from seeing the depth scoring arrive, and we're thinking that everything is hunky dory. And then we come to this game and we had to put Nuge and Hyman and McDavid together in the second period because we had no other answer.
It's definitely not an excuse, but it's I suppose a bit of a factor right now, as you do have some injuries out there. But I think there's just been, like all year, there's been either a little bit of bad play or bad goaltending or injuries or bad bounce and it's, I don't know, it's kind of unexplainable. This team's not a bad team, but are they playing bad? Yeah.
Yeah.
Through
But you look at the
70
paper.
games.
You look at the paper. They're not a bad team.
I look at the practice lines today and I go, ooh.
You don't like the lines, but you would put those individuals
Max Jones
on
on
the
your
team.
third line? Ooh. I don't know if that's a good team.
But
Didn't you write his name on your tum-tum?
I do love him.
There's 2 injuries ahead of him that kind of put him in there.
Every team's hurt. Florida's missing a bunch of regulars. They came and steamrolled you.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, the only reason Max Jones is there is because of injury.
Yeah,
if everyone's healthy, he's probably not there.
And Cole
He's definitely not
Reinhart
there.
is only in the spot he's in for Florida because his last name is Reinhart, and they didn't want to confuse anybody by dressing a different player. But like he's there because they're hurt, right? Because the other Reinhardt's hurt. And he found a way to contribute. Like, I'm just not.
But so did Max Jones the other day. He
Yeah,
scored a
sure.
goal.
And that's fair, but I think you can look at the lineup from last night in the Oilers, and there were a lot of guys who seemed totally okay with kind of just kicking their feet up. Someone else has got this one tonight. They played 70 games this year, and they have still lost more games than they've won. Like, that's unacceptable.
They're going to win the cup like this, and it's going to be very fucking weird.
It would be absolutely hilarious if they finished the year with like 4 more losses than wins and then win in 7 games. And we'll sit here and be like, well, they lost more than they won, but they won the Stanley Cup.
Anybody else? Why? I just like, last night they were so flat that it was annoying. Outside of that first 4 or 5 minutes. And then there was the chance from McDavid, went to Savoie, great play. He hit the post, right back, goal 1. And then it was just kind of like, oh, you could almost see them deflate in a way.
I think the coaching staff wears a little bit of this too. And I'm not a believer that the coaching staff is a motivator at this level. Like, that's just not really a thing at the NHL, or it's not as big of a thing as people want you to maybe believe. Like, it's not Chris Knobloch's job to go in for game 70 and give you a big rah run through a wall speech. But one thing I hated, you put forward lines together without Leon Draisaitl against San Jose that scored 5 goals. And then you split basically all of them up. And it's like, you had a lineup that worked. Why are you messing with it? I think everyone who's played professional hockey, at least, the former players I talk to, they'll all say that, hey, chemistry is an important thing. Why you wanted to mess with the lines last night after looking as good as you did against San Jose confuses the hell out of me.
A little bit of everything.
Death by 1,000 cuts, as they say.
Yeah, and like to Rick's point, like they are a talented enough team where like they should be able to survive 1 or 2 things not going their way in a game. What's irritating last night is like in the third period, they had the puck in Florida zone for 80% of it, I want to say. They only generated 4 shots. Part of that mindset, part of it was bad luck. That puck was not bouncing their way last night. And Bob was saying on the broadcast and people were speculating, if Kapanen's sick, are there a bunch of other guys who are sick and like all of these things? I'd be willing to point to those as reasons/excuses if the effort was a little bit more there. And I feel like, and if the mindset was right going into a game against the Florida Panthers, who've won the Stanley Cup twice against
They won a lot of battles. The Panthers.
Yeah. Panthers
won a ton of battles.
So like, if the Oilers lost 4-3 and you sat there and went, oh shit, they hit a couple posts. Yeah, right before that first goal. If it was like a close hockey game, then I'd sit there and say, you know what, maybe they're sick. They won 2 in a row. You're not going to go undefeated for the rest of the year. Like, I'll give them a pass. But it's just the fact that, like, they didn't appear to really want it all that bad last night. So then it's like, you know what, if you're not going to work hard, every other excuse from that game, throw it out. Doesn't matter.
Totally. Anything else?
I hope tomorrow's better.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, the good thing it's a bad team tomorrow.
I'm glad Jari didn't play yesterday. Because he would have just fronted the blame for all of it, and the team just didn't play well enough.
But you have to play him tomorrow, though, right?
No.
I don't know.
What do you mean no? For the exact reason you put on Twitter, I think, or something like that, was you can't expect Ingram to play all these games. If you're going to give Jari 1, you might as well give him an Eastern Conference game where it's a 2-point, not a 4-point.
That's why I would have given him last night.
I actually thought he was going to play
Bay,
last.
isn't it?
Yeah, Saturday's Tampa.
Same thing.
I'd be very scared about what Tampa Bay could do to him. I want to put him in a position to succeed, which is why against a banged up Florida team, I felt like that was the spot to probably do it. Again, in hindsight, wouldn't have gone well, but in that moment, I felt like playing him last night against Florida made sense because it was both the lightest and least consequential matchup of this stretch. But like, I don't know, man. I don't think you can risk losing that game to Tampa on Saturday. Losing back-to-back games, well, I want to say it could really hurt you, but everyone in the Pacific Division sucks ass. So
I was watching that scoreboard in the corner more than I was watching on the ice last night.
Yeah.
2-0 Utah. All right, we're good. We get 3-0. Okay, this is all right. Not so bad anymore.
Shout out to the Pacific.
Thank you.
It's like even last night, Jack's talking about. He's like, if the Oilers win tonight, they're in first place, and I go, huh. Well, that's neat. And then they duffed it.
If you have an opportunity, I think there's still like plus 550, 650 to win the division. it's so tight and everybody's not that much better than each other. There's no reason why you just don't drop $50 on it and see what happens.
A little sprinkle, maybe.
I finally joined you guys on the Boosh for Norris
Oh,
training.
yeah, I did that too.
What did you get it at, though?
600. It's 650 today, though.
You rascals.
I do enjoy how everyone's really pushing it on Twitter now.
Oh,
yeah, that's why I jumped on. I was like, there's too much of a narrative around the league now.
Oilers now plus 500 to win the division on Bet365.
It's still a reasonable bet. They're right there.
2 Vegas and an Anaheim game, right?
I think the only counterpoint might be, like, if you're going to do it, they have to beat the Ducks, and they also probably have to beat the Golden Knights in those head-to-heads, right?
They can do that.
I know, but, like, is there more value in, depending on what the money lines are in those games, but, like, it'll probably be pretty close to even money. Are you maybe better off instead of taking the 5-1, just, like, betting a money line in those big games and, like, rolling it over? A little bit more complicated, but...
We can talk about more of that in the betting segment, but first, I want to tell you about the Nation Playoff Draft Party. Team sign-up is open. It's time to prove who actually knows a little something about playoff hockey. You can join all of us from Oilers Nation and the Nation crew on Fridays, April 17th at the River Cree Resort and Casino for the Ultimate Nation Playoff Draft Party, where strategy, smack talk, and bragging rights collide. Teams of 8 are $1,000, and that includes dinner and your first bev of the evening, and also to get on the draft board. This will be hosted by Ryder and Lisa from The Sauce, and 2 handsome gentlemen at the table, Tyler and Liam from Oilers Nation, every day. NationGear.ca if you want to sign up a table, if you want to join us. This is going to be fun. They've been doing this down in Calgary. The Barn Burner boys have been doing this for a long time. They have a blast. We got jealous. We want to have fun too. So we're going to be going out to the River Cree, do a little draft, maybe hit the tables.
We are going to have a good time on that night. Again, split a table with some buddies, your colleagues, whatever. $1,000 gets you 8 of you dinner, your first drink, and of course you're in the pool, which has a $2,500 top prize.
Most importantly, every dollar raised from this evening will go to support Kids Sport Edmonton. We'll help make sure no kids get left off of the sidelines. NationGear.ca. All right. Other thing that happened last night, and this one bummed me out, and I got roasted for it in the comment section on the website at OilersNation.com. Trent Frederick left the game last night after the second period, and I said, to paraphrase, it's like, that really bummed me out that he left. Has there been any update on him yet?
Yeah, he's out. There's no timeline.
That's not good.
Okay, that's even worse than anticipated. And I was so bummed out because he was finally looking like he was turning a corner. He looked like he could skate again. He was hitting again. He was mixing it up with people. Gloves in the face. All the stuff we want Trent Frederick to do, he was starting to do. And then to have this happen is just such a bummer.
Do we have a certain play in which case this happened?
Yeah.
Yes, I have the footage.
And
What
if
do you
you
got, Leon?
and if you watch it, for the podcast listeners who can't see it, it looks like a high ankle-y knee area injury.
So
Same
you can
leg?
See here, I don't know. This is Trent Frederick. Sorry, BM, you'll have to see it some other time. I'll email it to Tristan as well so people can see it on the show. This is Trent Frederick. He's coming down the wing. Seth Jones kicks him right in the ankle. And then he doesn't get back very well. And that was it. That's the end of old Trent.
Was it like actually a kick or just like an incidental?
It was like, here, I'll show you. So you can see it. Oh, sorry. Right here. He didn't actually kick him. He just kind of sticks his leg out his case into him.
Shit.
Yeah. It's kind of an awkward one. I'm assuming that's what happened. I mean, he didn't come back.
I mean, we know he bounces back from that pretty quickly, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We got time.
Super quick from ankle injury.
We got time for him to get over it, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just
7
thought-
more years?
Yeah. Anyway, I was bummed out because he's been playing the best hockey of his season, and like, I get it, contract number, blah blah.
Part
blah,
of this
like,
is just kind of like the way the season's gone for almost everybody. And I don't want I want to put some blame on the players because it is really on them for just not playing properly. And this year was just seemed to be like bad luck. But they can't get out of their own way this year.
It's like
And
the
then
Gourds are angry with us.
Yeah. And when things are going right, it's just like, oh, hold on a second here because we got a curveball for you.
It's like, oh, you guys are having fun? Nah, kick to the shin.
Enjoy this.
Yeah.
That's why I tell you, man, it's like if this thing ends up somehow lifting the Stanley Cup at the end of the year, it'll be
Earned, not given.
yeah, it'll be something, man.
Anyway, that's bad news. I did not see that update today. Trent Frederick, you can have my leg.
Good injury news. Ty Amberson might be available on Saturday.
That is good news.
Which will mercifully, hopefully, put an end to the Wallman-Stasny pairing, which made me want to gouge my eyes out.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. I like both players individually. Together, it's like watching a train derailment.
You don't want to cut out those pretty blues.
No, I don't.
Of course you don't.
Is it blue? Never looked. Thought they were brown.
Obviously, Leon Draisaitl, we talked about this on Tuesday, out for the season. Or is he?
Rick.
Last I heard.
Stan Bowman said he's hoping, and this is the
back by
quote, if
playoffs.
everything goes to schedule, he should be back at the end of the regular season and does not need surgery.
Very happy he does not need surgery.
He also said this does not compare to the Matthias Ekholm situation from last year. Now, do you believe him?
I believe
I don't
Bowman.
Do you?
Don't believe a word Knobloch says.
Fair enough.
It's actually crazy how much he is just like, the words that come out of his mouth couldn't be further from the truth. Half the time.
They're words.
He literally just says stuff. It's really
All these
weird.
microphones, you guys want me to say stuff, right? Well, I'm saying stuff. Now what?
So last game of the season is the 16th, I believe, against Vancouver. Tyler, yay or nay? Leon in that game?
Nay.
nay. I think they'll be comfortable enough somewhere in the standings where they won't play him.
Dan, yay or nay? Leon in the last game?
I think nay. I would imagine you probably don't see him in that first round unless things are getting hairy.
First round.
I'll disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think he's playing first round.
I think he's
don't
playing
believe it.
first round.
I'll believe it when I see it.
But I don't see him. Like you might see him in the take up a game at the end of the year, but I don't think it'll be the last one.
Leon, Liam, what do you think? Leon in? Liam out?
Leon in, Liam in.
Okay.
They're both in.
I think he'll play. I mean, at the end of the day, you win a full playoffs with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
the best player in the whole.
It's kind of his kink at this point, almost, you think.
As all of those.
We'll see. I don't think he'll be in, but I think he could play. I just think they give him the extra 4 days.
But you're probably going to want to give him a game.
I don't think you worry about that with a guy who's that good.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think I would tend to agree. I think
I guess at that point it's up to him then, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Staff's not going to be like, you have to, but he's like, hey, listen, I'm gonna.
'Cause,
They're
at that
yeah, that's
point,
what we thought too.
hopefully meaningless game against Vancouver on the 16th of April.
Yeah, I agree. And to give some point to what Dan was saying, the early messaging around this injury was odd from Knobloch when he kind of said he will be reevaluated at the end of the regular season. And it's oof. Okay. Also, just point blank ruling him out for the rest of the regular season when you're still in the playoff race. It's the difference between that Vancouver game and your first game of the playoffs is 3 or 4 days. How are you so confident that he's out for that game while being so confident, apparently, that he can play game one? But the way Bowman, and I was on Dan's side earlier in the week, the way Bowman's kind of come out over the last few days and talked about it, I'm a little bit more all right, I think this is a week-to-week injury that they're hoping they don't have to have the conversation of him missing meaningful games at the end of the year.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I hope to be wrong.
I hope you're wrong as
I
well.
hope you're wrong too. In the interim, Leon has been placed on the LTIR and Roby Jarventi called up on an emergency basis. The Oilers still have their 4 recalls from Bakersfield per Robert Stauffer. When do you see Roby Jarventi? I want to see what he's like.
I want to see him play. I mean, we're going to see him play.
Very tall.
No players.
6'3".
Damn.
What's his weight?
Wow.
2 something,
Oh, that's not bad.
I think.
I
I'll double
was
check.
going to have him at low 180s.
Interesting player. Some people don't know, but he came from the Bordeaux trade, right? Yes. And he had his career initially derailed because of injury.
It was
Yes.
his knees, I believe.
His early Oilers career derailed.
Sure, yeah.
Last year, he only played 2 games all season. Beginning of this year, they wouldn't even play him in back-to-back games because they were worried about his knees. But he's been healthy. He's got 36 points in 52 games. He is listed as 6'3", 209. Tony Barrar posted a photo of him skating today, and I went, that boy looks fast.
He fast?
Looks fast.
Well, and
Big?
at the same time, too, I was reading that both
You're reading
Hutson,
too now.
yeah, Hutson. I know
Starting to trip.
because crazy enough, I don't watch anything Bakersfield. I was reading that Hutson and who's the other guy that
Ike.
everybody, Howard have both fallen off a little bit.
Well, don't tell people on Twitter about Quinn Hutson falling off.
Well, that's,
you know why he's fallen off?
I don't.
Read anything about that?
I didn't read that far. I stopped reading after the headline.
Welcome to my world.
AHL headline.
It's like, damn, that's
I got the headline. I'll bring up the headline during the show.
Didn't think we were going to dig that deep, Liam. Damn it.
His college season, like whatever it is, like 30, 40 games, maybe, whatever it is. He kind of hit that plateau of like, this is what he would have typically played in his college season. And after that, I think he's only scored like 3 goals, maybe 2, 3, 4 goals since that kind of milestone.
Cut off, yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is not to discredit him again. Nope. Like, I think he's had a fantastic season and he's blown by the expectations. But it's the adjustment of turning pro. Mm-hmm. And I think he's just hit a bit of a wall and hopefully he can recapture it because he looks to be a decent little prospect. Yeah,
and I think another, like a full season, like this whole year down there, there's nothing wrong. They're same with Howard, too.
And they clearly...
Like Howard's 21 years old.
Still such a boy.
Right.
They clearly think highly of him because otherwise they wouldn't have signed him to a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Hutson, you mean?
Hutson, not
Yes.
Howard.
Yeah.
They did not think highly of him.
That's what you've been reading?
That's just my own thoughts.
Oh.
I'm just super happy I can't read.
You and Brady.
Saves me a lot of hassle, it seems.
It does.
You just reply to every email you get with, sounds good, I'm on it. And then you're like, all right, let's take a stab at a few things here.
It's just more like... pss, pss, pss.
Like you're trying to lure a cat.
When do you think we see Roby Jarventi?
When? Tomorrow.
Is he in?
Well, they don't have
They
enough
have
players.
to. Frederick's out.
Frederick's out. Lazar's still out.
Emerson's not in. You can't go 11-7 yet.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go 11-7. It's not a good idea.
Play Jarventi. Give Jarventi a shot. He's played good down in Bacon.
I want to see him.
I love a Finn.
Yes.
We don't have enough Finns.
It's true.
Captain's not a true Finn. Let's be honest.
Why not?
His English is too good.
Yeah.
You want him to speak in more like boops and bleeps.
I want to barely understand a word he says.
I don't know if Roby Jarventi, I don't know how good his English is. He's been here for a while.
Look it up.
Well, we need to figure it out because I saw Kapanen speak on the broadcast the other day. I'm like, is this guy from Manitoba? Like that accent, like what is that?
All right, let's take a listen here.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Come
on. We
Roby
got some
Jarventi.
research to do here.
Yeah, I always knew if I stayed healthy.
Now we're talking.
That's a Finn.
That's a Finn right there.
The eyebrows, the voice.
He's got
Literally
it all.
2 seconds and we're like,
Excellent.
yep, he's a Finn. All good.
Just really happy to be here. Just, enjoying it.
The way he says his S's.
The oh yeah. The oh yeah.
And
That boy's
yeah.
a Finn.
Oh yeah.
That's a Finn.
Oh, yeah.
That
No
is a
ums.
capital
Oh,
F
yeah.
Finn.
Oh yeah.
Can you pass me one of those glasses behind you if you don't mind?
Sure, I'm not doing anything.
I kind of know where he's going
He
with
wants
this.
to have another Coke.
Anyone else need one?
Oh, thanks.
All right. Moving along. Confirmed. Roby Jarventi, Finn.
Excellent.
That boy's a Finn.
Sunny/Deva, and I hope I got his name right over at Sportsnet, had some stats that I wanted to share with you that are not fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're important. It's basically kind of, why is the Oilers season going this way? And he kind of dug into some numbers, and I would like to share some with you. Currently, the Oilers' team save percentage sits at .876, third worst in the league and worst among all playoff contenders.
Says who?
Probably not ideal.
Oh. Nowhere to go but up is what I say.
How about this one then, Tyler? In terms of ice time, Edmonton's 6 most used forwards this season have been McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, Nuge, Roslovic, and Podkolzin. Outside of that group, only one forward has more than 20 points, who is Matt Savoie. Last year, they had Connor Brown, Corey Perry, Jeff Skinner, Podkolzin were all outside the top 6 with more than 20 points.
Fair. I would say Kapanen is a guy who has been banged up, but he's got 15 points in 30 games. So, like, you take that pace and put it over the course of if he'd played all 70, I mean, he'd be getting close to 40 points, right? So I think, injuries have obviously played a bit of a role. Again, I don't want to give this group a lot of excuses. But yeah, I think it's kind of fair to say that the depth this year hasn't been as good as we've wanted it to be. I would add, though, as much as Roslovic has spent a lot of time in the top 6, that's been a guy who's been able to kind of get things going on his own, I feel like, from time to time. He hasn't necessarily always, and even Podkolzin has done some damage away from Connor and Leon
awesome.
too. So I don't know. I think it's a little fair, but I don't view depth scoring as the main reason why this team is where it's at.
No, it's defending.
Yeah.
Defending and goaltending.
Yeah.
In
And I also,
concert.
All of them.
so how you listed, were those the top 6 players essentially that he listed? Mm-hmm. Interesting. I'd be curious, and I'm going to find out right now. I feel like this year McDavid's minutes are, like they're being forced to play McDavid and Draisaitl and other guys way more because they keep trailing in games. You know what I mean? They're pushing a little bit more than they have been. Maybe they had to in the past.
Do you want to know what my next point is on my prep sheet?
Yes, please.
Thank God for the Pacific Division.
You know, it's the situation you're in right now. I think I saw a team in the MLB make the playoffs at under 500 once. So it's just kind of, it is what it is. He was in whatever, like the Padres division. This could be a while ago now, but whatever division that is.
Speaking of baseball, opening day for the Jays next Friday.
Yes, sir.
Get a new jersey yet for this year?
I did.
What'd you get?
I used to have the baby blue thirds. I used to have a Bo Bichette, so that one goes away. No more wearing that. Treya Savage baby blue is my new one.
What's going on with him, though? He's got a shoulder problem.
No, I think they're just taking it real easy with him. I also think they're very loosely looking for a reason to put him in AAA and manipulate service time so he doesn't hit free agency as fast.
Yep. It's called the Vladdy trick. It's only 1 year, though, isn't it?
What?
You only save 1 year, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can save a full year of service time by putting him in the minors for like
one game
for
or
like
something like that.
yeah, like a few games or some shit.
So then you do that every
I
time.
think it's
Yeah.
a month. No?
Well, Vladdy wasn't
I
very
thought
happy with it.
Yeah, he's fine.
And he still
He is
signed a
good
15-year
now.
extension. Yeah.
It took a while, but yeah. But when it happened,
I think you could probably sell it to Treya Savage by being like, "Hey, man, we brought you up way quicker than we thought last year, too." Like,
save us a coin here.
yeah.
Can I
Yes.
speak freely?
Please.
There's something that's been really irking me recently, and it's these are all facts. That the Pacific Division stinks, and there's no denying it. It's awful.
It's terrible.
But I think we all need to stop acting, not us, that the teams in the Pacific Division have been ass for decades.
Yeah.
Like the way people talk about them is if like Vegas, Edmonton, Anaheim, even Vancouver, like haven't not had successful seasons. Last season there was 3 100-point teams in the Pacific Division.
Third place in the Central would have finished third place in the Pacific.
There you go. The year before, I just looked. Vancouver finished 6th in the NHL. They had 109. Edmonton was 104, and then the LA Kings were 99. Like, there's just this narrative that, like, these teams are awful. It's like, no, there's always consistently 100-point teams in this division.
It's just been a weird year.
It's just been a poor year for everyone. 3 years in a row, they've had 100-point seasons.
I also think a lot of people that say these kinds of things live out east and never watch Pacific games.
Until it's convenient to them.
It's the truth. And like a few years ago, it was a year Bo Horvat went to New York. There was a weird trade at the time. But basically, the playoff race was done by Halloween, it felt like. And now it's just like, wow, the East is dominant. What a joke of a league Gary Bettman has. It's like, well, no, it's just the times are changing. Like, things are just flipping
There was a
around
long
little
run
bit.
where the West absolutely ran the show.
It's
I
funny
didn't
that
get to the Cup final. It wasn't even close.
the East is that good, but I don't think the East wins the Cup this year.
And
You don't think Buffalo's winning?
what I think it's interesting the people who are kind of like crying for changes to be made. I think if you change it,
When did we change it to this, by the way? Was it like one of the stoppages?
No, I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago now.
Because
It's been a
06
while.
Yeah.
obviously was 1 to 8.
Yeah.
And somewhere between there and like 17.
Like, we didn't even have to think about it for a decade, so it's like it changed somewhere in there.
So it changed.
I'm going to guess around
Oh, it
like
was
the
2020.
the stoppage.
Yeah, it was 2020.
Because they renamed the divisions, and then that's when we had to go through the whole sponsorship thing.
Yeah, so it was.
And nobody made that much of a stink about it.
2021, it changed that.
there
Oh,
you
sorry.
go. 2021.
Yes, it changed in 2017
Oh, okay.
when they added. Oh my God, no, it was way further back than that.
For the Metropolitan,
the playoff
No,
seeding.
it was
though.
2013. It changed.
for
The
the
division names changed in 2013.
Yeah, but the playoff
1
format.
to 8 to your
was that
divisions.
did that change? Because it looks a little clunkier because they obviously added teams. Phoenix was moved from division.
Might have been 21-22. Either way, I think the problem you get into when you change things because like a couple of years, it's not a direct example, but like remember when the Oilers won those couple of draft lotteries and the NHL was like, we have to change, and everyone's like, you got to change this. The Oilers keep winning, and then they changed it so that teams lower in the standings could win lotteries, and then the Oilers won more lotteries, and if they just would have kept it the same, the Oilers would have stopped winning lotteries. If you sit here and go, for 3 years, it's been unfair to the Central. Well, what's going to happen is 3 years from now, the balance of power is going to flip, and Anaheim and San Jose are going to be really good. And then the Central is going to sit there and be like, oh, it's garbage. We changed the system because now you don't get to reap. You know, like, just keep it the fucking same. You have to play good teams in the playoffs.
We went through this with the with the challenging of the offsides.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Look
Matt
where we
Duchene.
are right now with it.
Yeah, thanks, Matt Duchene.
So let's be careful on just making these changes right now because it hurts our feelings.
2013 it changed.
Okay. And
I can't believe it's been that long.
When was the stoppage? 12?
Yes.
14?
Yes, 12.
So it would have been right after then. So
Yeah,
it might have been
that
part of the
must have been
stoppage.
part of this. Must have
It
been.
makes sense.
Edmonton finished last that season, if anyone was curious.
I wasn't curious.
Last thing I want to mention before we move it along. Has anybody had a little peek at the season ticket prices for next year?
No, I heard they were high, which isn't.
For next year? Or this playoffs?
Both.
Is anyone surprised? Like, gas prices through the roof now. Oilers tickets.
Well, now you can choose, right? Like you can go to a playoff game, or you can't put gas in your car, or you can move around, or you can go to a playoff game.
I've been to one Oilers game this season because I was offered free tickets, and that's the only time I've been able to go.
I also talked to a few other people at the game yesterday because I know there was a tweet going around about like the big increase and all that, and then I saw someone was like they went up 30% the season tickets. I've heard conflicting numbers. To be fair, I've heard a 4% increase next year for some areas, and the Cup final ones the playoff ones maybe aren't as bad in some areas. So, yeah.
Upper Bowl.
I don't have my numbers yet, so
Upper Bowl starting at $28.85
for season tickets,
Yes, sir.
28.
That is the
per
cheap-
seat, right?
Per seat. Still Upper Bowl, the most expensive. So I'm guessing down probably towards the rail somewhere.
or drink rail.
$64.80 could be drink rail as well.
Top.
$64.80 going into Upper Bowl aisle pairings.
Upper Bowl aisle pairings, yeah.
So they start at $3,000 and then go up to $6,800 per
So
seat.
again, very expensive. I'm not like trying to whatever. You divide because there's 42 home games next year.
Oh,
$71 a game.
42.
that's for the 2850
Why is
or
it
whatever.
42?
That's for the $3,000 for the aisle seats.
Two
It's going to 84
two more
games
regular
next year.
seasons and
we're expanding this
down.
damn
Yeah,
thing.
we're getting rid of
Lowers
preseason.
Yeah, we're having the preseason.
So
I
I
think
mean,
they should be less-
71
less
bucks
games.
per game isn't like
Listen.
too bad. I still think it's the playoffs where they kind of gouge people, but
Lower Bowl attack zone twice. That's where you are, Tyler, isn't it?
yeah, my dad, I cannot afford those.
Lower Bowl attack twice, starting at 8,400 up to 11,361.
Let's go lower bowl.
Oh, you're aisle though, aren't you?
I am not. I don't
Starting
care.
at 8,800 and then moving up to 11,750.
Let's move to the other end of the ice and let me know.
All right.
Also aisle.
Lower Bowl
Oh, attack twice is good though.
I know it's so expensive.
attack once.
I get overtime.
Attack once aisle pair, starting at 7,800, going up to 9,700. We got to hit the tables next week, buddy.
Wow.
We got to hit the
Big
tables.
jump. That's a big jump.
Anyway, there you go. In case you're looking to eat or buy tickets.
Groceries or Oilers tickets? And which one I would pick?
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
Depends what game it is.
Thank God Jack and Louie are entertaining.
I do like their podcast.
You love the intermission.
I know. I make my own intermission.
You don't like hearing about lottery winners?
I want to know what they spend the money on. 2 Broncos, Dan. That one lady bought 2 Broncos. That's big.
Man.
It is like
Out of touch? Out
they
of their
could just
minds?
do it like just come right off the bat. Give us Bob and Struddy and Gene first break in the intermission.
Give us-
Second one, do that.
Tony and Paige.
Literally anyone. But if
Or-
they did it like the other way, where it's like You get your analysis first, then you get the 50-50 ad.
But they're trying to sell the last minute tickets because it's a full house lottery. It's not even fucking 50-50 anymore. So they need to sell the early bird draws.
Or Alberta's already in on the 50-50. Do we need to do this?
Yeah, we probably don't have to. Just
Like,
tell
I
us
feel
when
like
we
we're
can
in.
buy them. Yeah. Just put one of those QR codes on the bottom of the TV. Like, that's where you get 50-50s. You have all the old people get in there.
You're selling water to a boat here. Like,
It's like, no, we're in. We get this. We are in on the 50-50. All right, let's talk some betting. I want to give a shout out to our friends at Bet365. Hockey fans, hello. Tired of waiting for the end of the game to get paid? Of course you are. Ready to move on to the next puck drop? That's why Bet365, official partner of the NHL, has the 3-goal early payout. Let me tell you, friends, it's delicious when you get it. If the team you're riding goes up 3 goals at any point in the game, Bet365 will pay your bet out early. Hockey moves fast, and now with a 3-goal early payout, there's one thing less you have to wait around for. Bet365, download the app today and see what early payouts are all about. Must be 19 years old or older. Please play responsibly.
I enjoy the early payouts.
Love an early payout.
Ever been on the good side of it?
Got one yesterday.
Ever had it get the payout and the
Do you want to know the
game change?
I've got one in my head. It's my favorite early payout I ever got. Unfortunately, Tyler earmuffs. The Jays against Seattle.
oh yeah,
They were way up
like 8-1 or something.
9-1 or them, yeah.
in that game and ended up losing. Love the early payout.
Robbie Ray. Wasn't he on the other team?
Tight
Is
pants.
that his name? Rob Ray?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, real tight pants. Looking at tomorrow, Oilers have Tampa Bay in town. Early lines. On the money line, Tampa Bay is favored to win the game at -135. The Oilers are at +115. On the puck line, if you think Tampa is going to win by 2 or more, that is +170. If you think the Oilers can cover that at +1.5, that is -205. Over-under is set at 6.5 for tomorrow, -110 on either side of that as we speak today, Friday at 2:30. Looking at the cup odds, the Oilers have dropped to 6th place, which is confusing to me. In some aspects, Colorado still leading at 275, Lightning at +400, Hurricanes 550, but Vegas is +1,000. I don't get that one. Why are they at +1,000? The Oilers are at +1,200 in 6th place. Like, it doesn't make sense. The Pacific's so tight. Like, I don't get it.
They should be close to pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
And don't the Oilers have better divisional odds in Vegas?
No.
No, they mustn't. Okay.
I believe we're in 3rd there at +500.
Despite
Which I
being
think is
second-
sprinkle territory.
Yeah, that seems silly considering
It's so close.
we've
It's such a close race.
Owned Vegas for the last couple of years.
It's such a close race that that's sprinkle territory for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Good value, they say.
Good value. If you're looking,
People are talking about that.
that's what the streets are saying. That's what Liam's been reading.
I'm watching. I don't read.
Hockey fans, check out Bet365's 3-goal early payout. When your team goes up 3, you get paid. It's that simple. Download the app today. Must be 19 years old or older. Ask the idiots, my friends. I have 4 questions for you. Put your thinking caps on, Liam. I know you've been waiting for this segment all day. I want to give a shout out to our friends at Swiss Donair. You've worked hard all week. There's no point in cooking. You're lazy. You don't want to do it. You can't read instructions anyway. Swiss Donair is home for the old school donair with options if you want some flair. Open for 25 years now, 7 days a week. Pride of the North Side. Swiss Donair is great for your events at home or the office. Check out their location at 8308 144th Ave Northwest or order online at swissdonair.com. We kind of covered on this, so we can just go around the horn real quick. Sam asks, is this iteration of the Pacific the worst division post-cap era, Tyler?
The worst division, like in the NHL. Or
It
just
can't
like,
be, right? Like,
Probably not.
I think the 2 teams at the bottom of the standings are both in the Pacific Division. The Canucks are the worst team by a mile in the
2
NHL.
teams are also in the top 6 of winning the Stanley Cup. I'm sure without looking at anything, I'm just going to say we probably found a time where in the post era, there's a time where the division didn't have anybody in the top 5, top 10.
But it might have been as a whole more competitive. Like if you were to go through every division and let's just like view teams as like, do they have an authentic shot of winning 2 playoff rounds? I think in the Pacific, like obviously 2 teams are dead. San Jose, I don't think anyone would tell you they have a chance to go into the conference finals. Seattle's the same. LA's the same. You could maybe squint and make a case for 2 or 3 of them if you include Anaheim.
I'm going 2 for sure. And then Anaheim, I suppose, can be talked about.
Central, there are like 3 teams that you were like, yup, very good. And Utah, like, to be fair, Utah's tied with Anaheim. So, like, if you're going to include Anaheim in that conversation, you probably have to include Utah to some extent. Like, even Nashville and Winnipeg are good. St. Louis, Chicago, like, they're both north of 60 points. I don't know. I even look in the East.
But, like, I guess there's got to be a point at some point over the last handful of years since the cap came in where, like, the Metro was just junk or something. Like, the worst post-cap division? Like, really?
There was a time, I think.
It could be. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing this off the top of our head without really looking at anything, except for Liam who's flipping through things here.
The Atlantic had a bunch of points one year.
Well, it just seems like none of them are going to get to 100 points, right?
Yeah.
Which is a factor in it. And I am back in 2018, and outside of like non-82 game seasons, not one division has not had a 100-point team yet.
So it might be.
So it's looking like the one year where it might be close. The Atlantic in 2019-20. This was also a shortened year, though, so they would have probably had a couple more team or one more team get to 100 points. That was the last year I could find where the worst 2 teams in the NHL resided in the same division. It is worth noting the worst 2 teams that year were Detroit and Ottawa, both from the Atlantic. The next 3 teams were San Jose, LA, and Anaheim, all from the Pacific.
It was also 2017 in the Atlantic. There was one 100-point team, which was Montreal. They had 103 points. Ottawa and Boston didn't get to 100 points, and the Leafs did make the playoffs. But 3 of the bottom 4 teams were from the Atlantic Division.
Yeah.
The East that year.
Has it ever been 5 teams?
Are you looking at 17-18 or 16-17?
16-17.
Because 17-18, 3 of the bottom 4 were once again from the Atlantic.
Oh. What about finding the playoffs where 5 teams are from one division, 3 from the other? Or
that happened last year.
Happens actually pretty often.
Quite a bit.
is it?
Especially in the West.
Yeah, the Central quite often will send 5.
There you have it. A little research being done.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be. That's what we're learning. Question number 2. Liam, I'm going to ask you first. This one comes in from Blair. What does Matt Savoie need to do to improve his finishing abilities? It seems like he's always in the right spot more often than not, but can't quite get enough of those chances over the finish line.
Work on his shot, I guess would be the
That's my
easiest
answer
way to
too,
do
is
it.
just work on the shot.
I just think sometimes he plays like a rookie and doesn't trust himself to score those goals too. Felt like a couple of times when he was on the power play
So
yesterday.
he dusted it off a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, you see Bouchard, you see whoever, McDavid, whatever it is, and like, oh, probably a better option than me. It's like, no, just probably trust yourself a little bit more. I think he'll come. He's too good of a player for it not to come around.
100%. Rick, what do you got?
repetition. Just keep going. Keep doing your
bounce.
thing. There's been some bad bounces and bad luck, some weird things happening. Just keep going. They will go in the net.
Yeah, I want to see him go get a dryer, firing 1,000 pucks in that thing. Go old school. Work on that shot. Dan, what you got?
I think he's doing just fine. I think that out of all of the roster players that we've tried with McDavid in the last 3 years, he's probably doing the best with the short sample size or the small sample size that he's been given. So I'm fine with everything he's doing. He's trying. I guess you could say like shoot first mentality a little bit more, but other than that, I'm really happy with everything he's done with this, with McDavid in that moment.
I
Tyler,
also
what-
think he's been doing.
He's been playing great.
Season. Yeah.
He's been playing really great.
I'll kind of echo Dan's point. Like, he's shooting 10.7%. That's kind of like what an average player having an average year does in the NHL. So I'm sure
Shot volume, maybe.
Yeah, I think shot volume could definitely improve. Like, just again, looking amongst regular forwards this year, shots per 60 at 5-on-5. He is just north of 100 shots. I'm waiting for it to load it per 60. Shots per 60, 5-on-5. He has more than Podkolzin. He's less than, though, guys like Henrique, Kapanen, McDavid, Roslovic, Hyman, and Max Jones, of course.
get that volume up a little
get the
bit.
volume up a little bit if you're going to be in that spot is probably a fair critique.
All right, moving along. I will check in with Dan first. This one comes in from Cody. Dan, what is the playoff games won over under that allows Chris Knobloch to survive the season?
16.
Cup or bust?
Genuinely think it's
Well,
16,
you
and
can't
I
go
think
over 16 wins.
I think that it's 15 and a half. 15 and a half, because I just think that there's no narrative now that you've brought in Paul Coffey where, and I Sorry, Rick, I got you set off with that one, or
No, I just
sorry.
said- no,
I think the Paul Coffey thing was the signal that.
But you don't think Paul Coffey's going to turn into head coach, do you?
No. I
Okay,
just think that was the signal that
100%.
that they could have fired him at that moment, but we can't because of the organization. So I think he's dead man walking unless they win a Stanley Cup. Then it's going to be hard for anybody in the organization to say, you know what, Chris, you're not the guy.
Rick, what's your over? I actually like that on cup or bust. What's your number, Rick?
12.5. Like, I think if he gets to the finals, I think he has an opportunity. If you don't get to the finals, I think you're done.
Liam, what do you got? What's your number? Set the line.
Probably 7.5. Because
2 rounds.
I think there's just been too much commentary around it from like the players now as well. And McDavid had the comment after the cup final where it's like we failed to adjust and they lost, obviously. Draisaitl had his comments earlier this season. I think the media, if you want to put anything on them, like are asking him a lot of questions in these interviews and he's just not answering the questions. Like I think he's kind of feeling the pressure a little bit too, to be honest. And it's just 2 regular seasons in a row where, like, sure, like, we can all be like, well, they show up in the playoffs, but, like, it would also be nice if they didn't just stumble their way there. I think he's underachieved massively, and I honestly put most of the blame on the season on him and his staff. I think they've been horrendous.
Can I answer the question in a bit of a different way?
Sure.
Because I think
Different
narratives
language.
have a lot to do with this. If he wins 16, he's safe. If he wins less than 8, he's done. If he wins between 8 and 11, he's also safe. But if he wins between 12 and 15, he's also done.
Sure.
I think if they get to the cup final and lose, it'll be
gone.
so demoralizing that they're like, fuck, we got to give this team something. Piff, you're gone.
It's fair.
If they bow out in the first 2 rounds and you can't get out of this dog shit Pacific Division, Piff, you're gone. If you lose in the conference finals to Colorado, I think there could be a little bit of, ooh, do we want to fire this bullet now? Or do you sit there and say, got through the Pacific, Central was a wagon, kind of knew this wasn't going to be our year, let's reload and come back next year. And then maybe a little bit, if you're Stan Bowman, you keep in the back of your mind that like, oh, I can definitely fire him next November when this team needs a spark and is 2-9-1.
But I
Bowman
think
doesn't. I don't think Bowman wants to go into November where you're like, we got to drop
But
our
it gives
coach
you
now.
that shot if you're Bowman to
And
make
this
it look
is-
like you're doing something.
And this ain't Bowman's coach.
No, it's not, but he extended him, so he's got to be the one to walk into Mr. Cates' office and say, we're going to pay a guy $9 million over the next 3 years to not coach us.
Oh, my dream.
That's all I want. Can you imagine if the nation higher-ups came to you and said, BM, get paid, but you can't podcast anymore?
I would be out the door before Jay even finished the sentence. Gone. BM didn't even grab his office stuff. Like, nope, he is gone.
I think it just gets to a point with a coach where it's like, what are you going to achieve? And I know he's been to 2 cup finals, and that's great. And I'm not trying to understate that. But like, if you fail this season, like, what do you look back on and be like, this was a success in the sense of like, you didn't win any cups, which is obviously the ultimate goal. You have such a short leash on McDavid with the rumors even coming out. Believe them or not, they're like, if things go poorly this offseason, it's not out of the question that he asks to leave. I can't see a
It's out of the
scenario where they wait. And I just think that like, they have to find the right guy. I don't know who it is, but they would need to find the right guy, and I just don't think it's Knoblauch.
I am willing to do it.
Do what?
Coach.
We are so fucked.
My
Ted
answer to this
Lasso style.
question,
I have
if,
a great NHL 20 record.
if the Oilers lose in round 1 or 2, he's gone. For sure.
And I think if they...
Tyler makes a great point. Like, if
I
you
think
make
he's
it
actually
final,
100%,
if you
yeah.
make it to the final, and God, I hate even thinking about that.
Because we've already got 3 in our adult lives, Rick.
Bro, could you? Oh man,
Are we just
It
saying he's
terrifies
gone?
me.
Like, we're literally the only scenario we're saying here that he stays if the Oilers win or don't get humiliated in the conference final. That's basically the
I
scenarios
think it's
we just
kind of
laid
is.
out.
I think
Yeah.
I think the odds are that he's probably no longer.
If you were to
here next year.
handicap it just like on a, like give it odds, like give it a line that he is here October next year.
I will say 25%. So what is that?
30.
Plus 330 or plus
I was
400?
gonna
or
say
something?
35, 65. 35 he's here, 65 gone.
Sorry, Knobby. I do
Sorry,
like
buddy.
it. sometimes.
I do like that haircut. Set your watch to it. We'll see. Final question, ask the idiots, fellas. Tyler, I'll come back to you. This one comes in from Tony. With how this season has gone at the deadline, should there have been serious talk about selling off assets where you could apologize to the core players and the fans, retool for next year, and come back stronger?
No.
May as well just trade
No.
McDavid.
It was my turn to
No.
talk.
Go ahead. You can take my answer if you want.
No.
Can I go next?
Go ahead.
You may as well just trade McDavid. Like, you may as well cash it in. Because if you went to him and was like, Connor, I'm so sorry. I traded every UFA this season, and I got us some picks back. You'd say, okay, Stan, thanks a lot. You'll hear from Judd. And don't expect me back in
Judd Nelson?
October.
Yes.
Anyone called Judd. Judd from Big Brother a few years ago.
He was
call
good.
him. Yeah, he might call him with his, what did he have, a wolf shirt?
Yeah. He was
Like,
a really
honestly,
good Big Brother player.
He was good guy.
Those questions, thanks for sending your question. Send them in every week. Please never ask us a question like that again, because the Oilers can never, you can never, ever operate like that. It's when people are like, they should have just kept the assets instead of getting Dickinson and Murphy.
Well,
And
they
then
would
you would have just said the same shit if they didn't get anybody.
they would have been in a way worse position. They would have had to been in a
Literally,
Toronto Maple Leafs type of
100%.
situation.
100%.
We are right there in this little group of like 3 teams that can win the
Misfit
division.
toys.
They're one off the division.
And we had
Yes, it's insane.
people commenting on the live show today being like, I just want them to play with some pride in these final 12. And it's like, why
Final
are
12?
It's like, we're talking like it's like we're the Flames. Like, we're going to make the playoffs in all likelihood.
For the record here, if we are to start trading who and what kind of draft picks are we getting back?
Thirds.
Who are we trading out, by the way?
I don't know if they would have got a first round pick.
What
for
kind of
any
picks are we
the
getting
players.
back? Because outside like the top
Jump.
12, outside the top 3, none of them are fucking playing next year.
We would still have our first because we wouldn't have had to ship out
True.
Mangiapane.
That would have been big.
But even the people who were tweeting about that, they're like, whoa, look out.
He got a 1 goal. He also scored in his Oilers.
I was talking about the people who were like, look out. San Jose is Edmonton's pick. Unprotected. And it's like they have a 90% chance on Money Puck of making the playoffs. They'll be fine.
So, to follow up on this question, continuing. The Oilers,
Thanks
I
again
don't know
for
if they
sending this
would
in.
have got a first round pick for any of the players they had as UFAs.
No.
Henrique isn't getting you one. Roslovic wasn't going to get you one.
He actually might have gotten you a
Might have.
decent pick.
No,
Might have.
wingers didn't go for that high. He would have got you a second round pick.
Yeah,
sure.
Bobby McMahon. You're right.
Kapanen, no. Oil to the max, maybe oil to the max. Like, you would have
Maybe
literally,
2.
you would have had to trade away like
One of the guys with no movements. The guys that you're apologizing to.
someone who you would be looking at the next season being like, we need you here. But they don't have those guys because they're not operating like that. Bad question.
Just for the record, this team, I hope nobody here is very big fan of the draft.
love
Because
the
as long
draft.
as Connor McDavid's wearing an Oiler jersey, that draft is going to mean absolutely nothing to him.
Unless it's our playoff draft on April 17th, go get your spot at nationgear.ca.
Please come.
1,000,000%.
Or if they give us a draft here in Edmonton.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, yeah, Tony, they should have considered it because that was a great question.
Thank you
Is that
for
my
listening.
dad?
It was Tony Horban. I didn't want to tell you. We're going to have an awkward conversation. when
We'll
you
be
go from-
talking later. Papa.
All right. Hot and cold performers, fellas. Let's wrap up the podcast
My cold
here.
performer.
You're a cold performer?
What's his name again? Tony?
Yeah, you're a dad. We'll just give this one to nationgear.ca. Still a couple of spots. It's still a couple of experience passes for next week as well. So if you are down in Vegas, come join us. We're going to have a viewing party. We're going to go to the game. Your drinks, your food are going to be covered. You are going to have fun.
If they find their own way down there, they can join too, no?
Also that, yes.
I just like to point out the weather for the next week while we're there.
We are going to be sweaty boys.
Plus 30s the whole entire time.
Yeah.
So if you've had enough of the snow, the rain, and everything else, leave the sleeves. Not
AC
gonna
on
need
the
'em.
max. Me cuddle with Jay. It's a nice little evening. Nationgear.ca. All right, hot and cold performers. Tristan, get your buttons ready. We are going to start off with our veggies as we always do. Liam, go ahead, buddy. Cold performer of the week.
Tony.
Oh, Tony.
Only the question
Man,
guy.
Tony's taking shrapnel.
Thanks for calling in.
Easter dinner is going to be real awkward.
That's right around the corner.
It is.
Yeah. Rick, cold performer of the week.
I don't know when it was said. It probably was not said recently, but I just saw the clip of it yesterday. Colin Coward.
Colin Coward?
Coward? What's his
Coward,
name?
yep.
Yeah, Coward. Yeah.
Cowherd.
He's a
Cowherd.
Coward. I don't give a shit.
No, I know. Yeah, you pronounced it right.
Okay, good. I did well.
Spelled Cowherd.
Anyways, that guy was sitting there and he was just shitting on the game of hockey. He said the majority of the goals are all by mistake. They're all fluke. Like, it was just
Yes, Colin.
It was insane. It was just your typical. I didn't want to make a big stereotype out of it, but yeah, it was just stupid.
I'm upset.
Yeah, that was where I was going.
Oh, I might as well. I mean, that's what you were going to say.
That's where I was going.
Sports talk show host.
Yeah,
Just talking over the buttons. Unbelievable.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, because remember we had the buzzing last show.
Oh, a lot of buzzing. That could have been a couple for me.
All right.
All right. Dan, you're up. Cold performer of the week.
It's just these fucking gas prices. Driving past gas stations
Reading all
in
the
this
numbers.
city, reading all those numbers, it just, I don't know, every single one of them is a punch to my chest. I can't wait to see $2 per liter on the fucking signs. So thanks everybody that made that happen.
Are you thrilled? I'm not.
If I have to hear about the Strait of Hormuz one more time,
Why don't they just go around it? It's a bend. It doesn't even fucking go straight. Sorry.
there was guys on, I was a TikTok or Instagram or whatever. They were coming up with plans. They're like, why don't they just drive over the ground?
My favorite was the Bugs Bunny saw off. Just
Problem solved. Tyler, you're up. Cold performer of the week.
My cold performer of the week, two dual cold performer. One, Jack Hughes for being like, it's bullshit, I don't have the puck. You obviously don't get the puck, Jack. That's not how this stuff works. This isn't your 100th career goal with the New Jersey Devils. Big goal, puck goes to the Hall of Fame. You should be honored by that. But also, we got the people who did their little like, oh, Sidney Crosby definitely didn't say this. Canadians have real class. Like, okay, we also don't need to get on our soapboxes. And like, we lost the gold medal game. We sound like babies. Everyone involved in the Jack Hughes discourse, which I guess now involves me, cold performer of the week.
Oh, that's cold.
Thumbs up from Tristan. All right. Cold performer of the week. I had a scary moment last night, fellas.
Oh.
I wasn't tweeting to start off the game because I was enjoying some pizza pops.
Flavor.
How'd you make
Pep
it?
and bacon,
burn the roof of your mouth.
air fryer. Care was taken. I was enjoying these. And then I started tweeting. I was like, hey, if you missed me, I was pizza popping. I regret nothing. Shortly after that tweet went out, there was a gentleman that came out, hate to break the bad news for you. Those were all recalled because of an E. coli issue. And boy, let me tell you, those couple of minutes between me reading the tweet, finding the recall notice, and going to check my pops in my freezer, it was tense times, friends.
You're good, though?
Good news is
No coli.
I got the post coli set.
Thank God.
So my pops are safe. But there was a 5-minute window there where I went, oh boy, this is not good. Because I dummied 4, Rick. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
4 is the way to go.
What am I supposed to do?
Killed it with liquor.
4.
Just chased it with liquor.
Damn.
It killed it all
That's
off.
crazy. though.
90 seconds in the microwave on one. You flip them. Oh no, I think it's a minute and a half in. So 90.
That's
and then,
90 seconds.
And then
yeah.
like 45 seconds to finish them off.
Perfect.
Wow, what a twist. Did not see that coming.
I got to tell you, there was some mild panic.
Yeah, fair. Rightfully so.
Then there was also part of me where I'm like, you know what? My body can fend off E. coli, I think.
I've been to Thailand.
Yeah. Anyway, that brief 5-minute window when I thought I may have gotten E. coli from my beloved pizza pops, cold performer of the week.
That's a joke. That's an absolute joke, is what it is.
All right. Scary, Liam.
Wow.
Tyler, reversing the order. Actually, you know what? I'm going first. I'm selfish. Hot performer of the week, Afro Man.
He back.
If you haven't read the Afro Man trial and then seen the music he made to support his argument for the trial, it is arguably one of the funniest pieces of internet content I've seen quite some time. And I want to thank everybody that sent this to me yesterday via DMs, my group chats. I was crying laughing yesterday morning, and I am happy to talk about it now. Afro Man, hot performer of the week. By the way, all the jams, wonderful. I encourage you to go listen to them all. Lemon Pound Cake is a favorite of mine. It's been in my head the last 24 hours. Now you can hit the button, Tristan.
I like this one. Am I good? It says Randy Walters is a son of a bitch.
Another great
It's
song.
such a good song. That's the one we were listening to today.
The one
Slap.
about the female officer is pretty wild. They played that in the courtroom so many times. So many
It's a
times.
13-minute video.
And each of the music videos are worth watching.
Sean grooming grooms is 20 minutes. Yeah, the music video.
You know what you can say? Say what you will about the songs. Halferman put in the work.
Yeah, good for him.
Tyler, hop on the week.
Doug Ford is banning the resale of tickets for more than face value in Ontario. Now, this is hot performer if, I'm putting an asterisk on this, if the result of this is that Ticketmaster and the teams and all of that are just going to jack up the tickets even more, that is a problem because Ticketmaster might be like, wow, we're losing a lot of fees from resale fees, all this stuff. If Ticketmaster jacks up the prices, I'm going to be pissed. But this should work. This should be good news. This should be bringing down the cost of getting into really popular events. So Doug Ford, very surprisingly, gets my hot performer of the week.
What were we talking about, Dan? Like, didn't he put...
There we go. Now you're good.
What were we talking about? Like, didn't he put himself in that position in the first place?
Back in 2017, or no, maybe it was 2019, he removed the rule that Ontario had previously put in where they were going to cap things at 50% above the ticket value. So yes, he is the arsonist and the firefighter in this situation. So congratulations to your hot performer of the week, also cold performer of the week.
No, I saw Darnell Nurse give the puck away once and it got all the way back and prevented a goal. I was happy he did that.
Yeah.
Okay, I did, again.
It's okay.
I wasn't totally sure. Doug Ford, I thought maybe he was surprising me.
So here's the deal. Doug Ford has this jar, and he keeps it on his desk. And when he puts out bad ideas, then he goes into this jar of good ideas, and he pulls one out, and he's like, oh, yeah, this one. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And so then we're all
Like
on
his
his
bucket
side
beer
again.
thing. Yeah,
just like the Canada's Not For Sale hat, and then it all comes out that was made in China.
Pretty much
and
just
the
all
whole thing.
politicians.
Yep. So it just is what it is. I'm sorry to burst your bubble there a little bit. Hot performer, and then he got put out real quick.
Hey, turn a new leaf. For now.
We can learn from our mistakes. I think that's the lesson here.
Tunnel through it, just like Doug would do.
Funny.
Dan, you're up. Hot performer of the week.
Mine's going to go to the Venezuelan baseball team. The story at the World Baseball Classic where you're watching players tearing up in the middle of their pitching outings.
Probably don't do that, though.
Trying to eliminate players. And then all the footage coming out of Venezuela and all the parties down there that were going on. It was just awesome to see as a non-baseball fan. I love watching the U.S. lose their sport to Venezuela.
He's a hot guy.
What were you also telling me? Like, it was fascinating. Just, we were talking about this on Real Life yesterday. You, Tyler, had some, like, the fascinating behind the scenes stuff that the MLB teams were doing where they're like, no, that guy can't pitch today.
Yeah, a lot of like insurance drama, and those teams, the Latin American teams, felt like they were being kind of racially targeted by the insurance companies. It was a mess. Good for them for beating the U.S. though.
Ricardo, hot performer of the week.
This is going to go to numerous people, and it's been the last week or so. Two of them are at this table, as they've already admitted earlier today. But finally, and I started this 5 weeks ago or something like that. Finally, people are starting to get on the train for the Bouchard for Norris. And then there's one specific, there was Saravelli put out a tweet, or maybe got quoted yesterday saying, he's talking about Bouchard. He said he's unfairly painted by hockey fans in the East that don't watch much of the Oilers. Log on to Twitter in the morning, see a 13-second clip that sticks with them. They're not taking it serious. Like they're missing out on what's happening right now. Bouchard for Norris. It's time to get on the train.
Woo! Friday, baby. Yeah, let's celebrate
I was
Friday.
right with you.
You're right there.
Good.
Frank's not our teammate anymore, but big Edmonton guy.
I like how he called it the people in the East.
It's true.
He's one of them.
Get your facts out of here. Liam, hot performer of the week.
Hot performer of the week. Good movie trailers this week. We got the new Dune trailer. That looks good. Jason Momoa is back. I know Tyler was worried about that. And
He's the merman guy.
Yeah.
the mermaid guy.
Merman guy.
Aquaman?
There you go.
Same thing.
It's fucking same thing.
I thought you said woohoo. And then we also had the Spider-Man trailer, which looks good. He's a guy that's like a spider, but a man.
Yeah, fucking insect boy.
Is he related to Spider Pig?
There is Spider-Pig.
There's a Simpsons movie on, I think.
Yes, there is a Simpsons movie too.
So good movie trailers this week. I'm excited.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Very much.
All right, one final thing to do because I got to go. We have one game to do a score prediction for. That is Saturday against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tyler, your well, how do we do? Probably poorly.
Everybody was close because it ended up 5-3, but everyone was like 5-2, 4-3, 4-2, and like not quite there. So we all just missed.
Tampa Bay Lightning, Ty Guy, what do you got?
5-4 overtime win.
Nation Dan.
6-4 win.
Rick.
We got Jari in that?
I don't know. So let's assume
5-2 Edmonton.
Liam, what do you got?
I think the Edmonton Oilers will get spanked, and I think they will lose 5-2.
Tristan, what do you got? Ingram and net, 3-1, says Tristan, and I will go 4-2 empty net. I need that second point. 4-2 empty net. All right, and as we do every week, there's only one way to wrap up the podcast, and that is with some words of hope from the one and only Liam Horban. Go ahead.
Some days you're going to wake up and you're going to have a bad day. But other days you're going to wake up and it's going to be just all right. Let's hope for more good days than bad.
Is that a word of hope? Have a good weekend, everybody.
Were they just going to be good days or just all right days?
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.